within the realm of possibility between these two teams. So we are going live into this server, and we are going to be seeing these two teams square off here on DE Mirage. And on the CT side is going to be the Counter Logic Gaming crew. That's going to be Peter, Tarek, FNS, or Finesse, Lucky, and Cutler. And they're going to be facing off against the Cloud9 side. Doesn't really need much of an introduction, but that's going to be Simphis, Shazam, Sean Garris, Schnothing, and Shroud. And look at this peek from PTR. He's going to be able to spot him out down there in Underpass. If he had a nade, he could have been able to do some serious damage, but he is going to be able to get the shot off onto Shazam, who's going to do a little bit of a swan dive up there towards Connector. They're going to make their way up through there. And Peter is going to fall. Shroud with the P250. Going to be able to find that frag. Sean Garris going to get that bomb planted. Drops the potato. No, he doesn't actually. They are going to be able to pick him off. Coming around through the connector. Shroud again. Going to be able to find another one. Now spamming through the smoke in CT is going to be nothing. Not able to locate any kills over there as Tarek does find Simphis as well. They're going to go for the peaks. And FNS and Tarek going to shut it down in a three-man stand. And just like that, CLG going to take the pistol round.
Yeah, that's huge, because this now doesn't give that standard 3-round spread that you might see to the terrorist side, so already Cloud9 are limited in what they can do on T. They've got to win it in gun rounds. They've got to do it the hard way. Bearing in mind they don't get an eco right here, that would throw all of that out the window, but this is perfect. This is exactly what CLG needs. So they are on to 4 FAMASas and a lovely P90 for Lucky. We'll see where he chooses to use that. It looks like he's actually over at the A site, and Tarek and FNS are on B, and that's where the bomb's headed in the hands of Sean Garris. Nothing's there to join him, and the other 3 players are assembling at the top of middle. They'll pop out, go across behind the boxes. Peter's not peeked out. He's actually just watching toward the underpass. That's where Nothing and actually Sean are rotating from. And a nice shot by Nothing is going to catch PTR, so he's down. That's a one-man advantage. Eco becoming possible. Lucky and Cutler both passively in A, making sure that no one's going to come in from the main entrances, but this is where it gets interesting, because this is what I talked about in the pregame. It's so easy to get blindsided from that connector, and all 5 Cloud9 players are in toward middle. FNS has come around through the vents. They boosted up in the window. FNS will find the first kill. Cutler pops out. There's 2 for him. So never mind, Cloud9, your dreams are short-sighted, as Shroud does respond with a deagle as Finesse drops, but one-man advantage to the defensive side and all the guns to work with. Lucky's going to spot Shroud. Nice headshot with the P90, and that means Simphis is all that remains. He'll get taken down as well. Good recovery from CLG.
No, absolutely. That opening frag from Nothing down in Subway onto Peter in the window room was absolutely ridiculous. But we're going to see whether or not they can do anything now. They haven't gotten a bomb plant, so it is going to be another save round here for the terrorist side of Cloud9. And they are going to be boasting some pistols this time. It's going to be P250s. Pretty much unanimous decision with the exception of Sean Garris. That's going to have the staple gun in hand this round. And we're going to be seeing that limited buy here actually on the CT side. Lucky actually decided to stay with the P90. And Peter's actually just going to have that P250, so no weapon in his hands. He's trying to get that AWP for those mid picks early in the rounds. And we are going to see that bomb dropped over there by the B Halls, the number 8 man, which is Sean Garris, the Tech 9 in hand. That staple gun that we talked about before is going to pick up that bomb and work his way down with Nothing in Underpass. And they're going to be looking over here. Ooh, actually a little miscue there. Going to find a little bit of damage on Peter, and that's his teammate shooting him with an over there. I believe that was Cutler with the Clarion. We are going to be seeing them jump up here and try to pick something out here on Catwalk. Molotov into Connector, going to be trying to spot that out. And Finesse actually going to get chipped down to about 55 points of health from Shazam in mid, who's boosted up on top of his teammate's head, trying to get that shot there onto Catwalk. And nice little bit of damage being exchanged right there for the Cloud9 side.
Yeah, so anything helps. They haven't managed to get a bomb plant down in the first 2 rounds, so they won't have a whole lot of change, but anything they can take out of the hands of CLG will be beneficial moving forward. But Tarek's popping out on Catwalk. There's 1 down, but not before he got 3 kills for his teammates, and those are the only 3 kills so far. The other 2 should come in momentarily. Shroud's going to spot out Cutler, though. They've picked up this M4, and Shroud is a menace. He's capable of doing the most insane things, and they've got the defense divided. They've only got 1 more man to offset the difference, and FNS is in a really tight spot. Shroud's going to come around. He's already putting shots into him. He's going to get the kill. Lucky's responded, Nothing down, and Shroud's got not enough HP to close it out, but Lucky and PDR were low enough that if he had to play the angle, it could have been possible. There, nevertheless, 3-0. Now we will see guns.
Yeah, absolutely, and Peter actually salvaging that Clarion last round, but they do drop an AWP, so he is going to have the scoped rifle. Nothing actually picking up the AWP, going to toss that over to Shazam. And Lucky, are you okay?
Apparently Lucky's not okay. He's feeling unlucky.
Somebody must have bound his mouse 1 to kill in console. Not really sure what that was all about. Maybe Hazed is going to make his way into the server now. Lucky was just filling in while Hazed figured out what was going on with his internet, so they're going to drop guns, and then he's going to try to maybe reconnect here. And we are paused for a second, so you know what that means. Throw a little music on in the background while we wait for the 5th player from the CLG side to join in. I believe they're probably swapping out a player, but I cannot confirm that at the moment. And Hazed is in. So just like that.
There you go. So back to your standard 5. This is actually potentially planned then in that case.
Yeah. So there is going to be an extra corpse there in CT spawn for the remainder of the round, but we are going to see Hazed joining into the server. Lucky was actually doing relatively well before he left. I think that he had 1 or 2 frags to contribute to his team winning those anti-eco rounds, but now coming into this first gun round, and it's kind of a tricky one. They probably should have let Lucky play this first gun round because now Hazed only $800.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. Even if he bought the gun, dropped it on the ground, and then he came and subbed in and picked it up. But, yeah, you're right. He goes down to 800. I think there was something like 1,300 in the bank for plus the gun that he had for Lucky. So they did drop him, though. They managed to get him out of FAMA.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's not going to have any nades to work with this round, and you can see Cutler's actually limited on nades. Yeah, head armor not that big of a deal since it's all AKs and an AWP.
Yeah, that's true.
But we will be seeing whether or not Peter and Shazam go to the AWP battle here, as Shazam is going to have that AWP. He's going to work his way around from mid. Let's see where this smoke is going to go. I'm actually not going to use the smoke cam on this one, boys, because we know what happens when I use the smoke cam. Glitch
Fail.
City. I used it all the time on LAN and never had a single problem.
I know, it's a weird system online. That 64 tick.
Unreal. All right, so we are seeing relatively standard play here. The Sean Garris right on the other side of that smoke might be able to spot out Tarek. They're going to actually lay a shot out, and that was again Cutler from over at Toll Booth laying a shot into his teammate. So not really sure what's going on there. Actually, that was Hazed that shot his teammate from over at Toll Booth. So a little bit of damage going out, and it's not a beneficial bit of damage. It looks like they are going to be looking for this A hit here as they are making their way up. As Shroud leading the way, but Tarek going to be able to find one. He's going to get traded, though. Shroud going to be able to locate that headshot with that AK-47, something that he's pretty talented at doing with that rifle. And look at this, actually. Finesse going to be on this big flank. He's got one up there in window room. That's Sean Garris, but he's got 2 over by connector. He might be able to sneak around and take him down. Peter's going to be able to find Sean Garris there in window room from underneath the balcony. Cutler's going to find one. Now on the flank. Oh, Hayes not going to be able to find it, but Finesse is going to be able to trade it out. Now coming up from T-Ramp is going to be nothing, and he falls to the hands of Cutler. So 4-0, and CLG wins the first gun round.
Yep, that's just continuing on with the steamroll here, and well, I'm getting ahead of myself calling it a steamroll, let's be fair. But continuing on with the great momentum they've got at the start. 4-0, and like I said, this is the game that matters a lot more for CLG as we wind out the season. They're still sitting 5-5, half the amount of wins that Cloud9 has. 3 less games played, of course, but double op setup. Tarek going to grab one, head toward the window. PTR also going to pick up one, and Peter's going to head over toward the B apartments, jumping up at the backside of the van, spotting up onto Sean Garris, but what a shot from him on that rolling Tech 9. You can't stop it. He's all the way through. That fire does slow down the rest of his teammates, and the nade catches out Sean, so the momentum has slowed the trains off the tracks, but they're still not done moving forward. That wouldn't be physically possible if it were really a train, but you get my idea.
I blew the whistle, don't worry.
Awesome. Tarek's going to get dropped. Nothing got the kill onto him. So Cloud9's actually doing well with pistols because FNS is down to only 9 HP as well. The retake's going to have to be very strong from CLG. Cutler has found a way in from the market. They completely overlooked him. And with this AK, he's still using that smoke for cover. Nothing, meanwhile, has found Hayes with a picked up AWP. He whiffs on the shot on Cutler. Cutler looking to do absolutely massive damage. He's already got 3. And there's only 1 player left. It's the form of Shazam. He looks and pops out the window, and Cutler's going to get a 4K onto him. What a retake, and CLG owe them their money right now because he just saved an eco massively against the Cloud9 side.
Yeah, big 4K for Cutler that round. Finesse getting a good frag, and they salvage both of the ops again this round going into the next gun round, and we're going to see whether or not Shazam can do anything about it as he's going to have that scoped rifle for the terrorist side. He's sitting at 0-5, Simphus 0-5, 1-5 for Sean Garris. Really, the only ones doing any work on the terrorist side of Cloud9 are going to be Nothing and Shroud. And Shroud sitting at a 7-5 scoreline. He's probably telling his teammates, come on, guys, let's go. Let's get this going, man. But unfortunately, it's going to be a difficult road ahead for them as they're already down by 5 rounds. They need to turn this half around a little bit and start stringing some rounds together. So Not a bad start here for CLG, as we're going to continue to see them try to work these gun rounds and make it happen for their side. As it looks like Cutler going to be playing that same spot there by Boost on Firebox. Right next to that, the double boxes there, and he's going to be looking up there into Palace. They do have 3 over here at the A bomb site Tarek, and it's going to be Hazed and also Cutler over in that side of the map, but it looks like it's going to be a B hit from the terrorist side of C9, and that's going to put it all on Peter over here with Shroud's I Bought This Drunk AWP. And good flashbang. He's going to be trying to stave this one off. They're going to throw a smoke over towards that A bomb site, and here comes some smokes and flashes over. They're going to over there. Well, they actually jump over. That's the shoulder peek. He's going to miss the shot. Drops the flashbang out. They're going to try to dodge that. He's going to get the shot in on Shazam, but Simpus is going to be able to trade that one out and finesse. Going to go back into Shroud. Now Tarek on the flank. Nothing going to be able to have the awareness for that one. Simphus is going to pick up a double now, as they are going to get that bomb planted over there in that B bomb site. Simphus over by bench. They've got nothing up there with the AWP and Hawes. He's going to pick it up and pick off Cutler, and that's going to leave Hazed in a 1 versus 3, and he's going to yield the round. So it is going to be the first round on the board for the terrorist side of Cloud9. So just as I spoke, they deliver.
And Peter's been playing aggressively in apartments, in scrims, in pugs. It's predictable. I could tell you he was going to play that before the game. I mean, obviously it's his default spot, but I could have told you how he was going to play it based on how he's been doing it in the last week of warm-up. It's catching him out. He only got 1 kill there and then immediately traded on, knocked him down. And the unfortunate part about this is CLG, despite having 5 straight rounds, don't have a lot of economy built up because Cloud9's been getting a significant number of kills against them. And by investing into that double op for the 2nd straight round, that hurt them. So they'll force out what they can, but the advantage is slowly tilting back the way of Cloud9. If they can build up a few rounds here, this could be a lot closer despite the 5-0 start.
No, absolutely. And the biggest thing that was detrimental to the CLG economy was that close eco round that they had the round before that, losing those 3 guns, and then they picked up both of the AWPs. So lucky for them, they didn't have to rebuy those ops, but they still had to rebuy 3 rifles, and that was very costly. That's going to put them on a very forced and limited buy this round. As you see, Peter's going to have the AWP, but it's going to be 3 rifles and a 5.7. So a little bit of a tough situation. Cloud9 could get themselves right back into this one. If they win this, they're going to force the eco on the Counter Logic Gaming side. So not a bad round to win right there from C9.
So Cloud9 look to set it up in mid and in the B halls. Shazam was over toward A, making a bit of a splash. He's got no kills yet, so you have to come on for him. Sean Gare's also on 1. Semphis 2. It's really been all Shroud and nothing that are doing the damage. Hayes, despite subbing in late, still hasn't found one either, so I won't give him too much flack. He hasn't had much of an opportunity just yet. Smoke's come in through the window. That's going to block off Cutler's positioning onto the catwalk, and that means Sean Gares can climb up into the ladder room. He might be able to come down on top of Cutler, but Cutler's completely aware of it. He's already fallen out the backside of the vent. He's going to rotate all the way over toward the ticket booth, so that'll put 3 directly in A, and FNS has actually readdressed that position. Shazam, there it is, finding Tarek. That's going to put him up. That's his first one, although Shroud's going to drop to Hayes. That's a big kill. Sean Gares make it 2 for him. Both of the players I called out responding as they come around from B and catch out CLG completely unaware. Cutler responds, but he's all that's left again. And unfortunate time to reload, unfortunately for him, as nothing comes around the corner. And with the AK, despite missing the first few bullets, will get the kill. And that's 2 rounds in a row, and this will be a full save for CLG now.
It was actually a little bit difficult for Nothing to see him because of the flower pot in the way, but he was able to get it done anyway.
Oh, he's a pro. He can hit the shot.
All right, I'll give it to you. Cloud9 going to string together 2, and that's going to force the save here for CLG. So we should potentially see a 5-3 scoreline, barring any craziness from the CLG side. Obviously, they're going to go for pistols, no head armor on this eco, and they're going to be trying to stave this off from the Cloud9 side. They're going to drop 2 down into Subway, but there's not going to be anybody home, as it looks like it's going to be a mid-execution here from the terrorist side of Cloud9, as they're going to make their way over towards the connector and catwalk and look for some picks over in that direction. They're going to smoke things off, smartly so. They don't realize that CLG is actually saving. They're going to get really aggressive here. They actually push down on A ramp, and that passive player over there in Hawes, Shazam with the AWP, is going to be able to hear that and call that they're getting aggressive over in that area. So not a bad job from them. They're going to work their way up. But that big flank from the B bomb site, Shroud goes down, and that's actually the bomb carrier in T-spawn. So not bad from the CT side. Shazam actually missing that op shot. He's coming under fire now. He's got a Tech 9. He is going to be able to get it done. Sean Garris and Simphis going to find a couple. They are going to be able to salvage a couple of rifles here from the CT side. And this actually puts the CLG squad in not such a bad situation. They're going to go for the smoke over there by CT spawn. They're going to flash out. Peter and Tarek still alive here as they try to make that bomb over there into that bomb site. Simphis going to go down to Tarek's AK. Peter's still burning alive, not able to find that shot. Shazam relatively quiet here, and he's missing a lot of shots. Looking for another one. He is finally going to be able to get that shot onto Tarek, but he got dinked by that P250, and now Peter's going to be able to pick up that rifle. And Shazam is going to be able to finally finish it off, and that is going to be the 5-3, but a scary round for Cloud9.
Yeah, very scary round. So they gave a scare to CLG earlier on. They get one in return. They do get the win, 5-3. This is starting to come back to an even keel, and Cloud9 is definitely making good work of their gun rounds. CLG not really able to slow things down. Obviously, that round was a little different. They got a little more aggressive, but over at B, they've been quite weak, and I think Cloud9's a bit aware of that. Peter this time's actually going to push up middle right now. Because nothing's going to get inside the apartments, and look at this mid-presence. Peter and FNS already connecting for one. There's no AWP out on the CT side, but here's Shroud from Underpass, only able to get one as Peter makes good with his M4. He doesn't always need the AWP. Nothing patiently waiting inside Palace, though, catches him out falling up of the connector and puts us back to 3-on-3. Bomb still up in the hands of Semphis. He's over toward B, just coming up the stairwell, and I think he should work in that direction because they've got Tarek out toward the catwalk. Shazam's heard him make a noise and fire his gun. Finesse is inside jungle. They knew he was window, so they should be aware of the fact that B is open if they can just get in there unchallenged.
Well, FNS is actually going to work his way through connector and clear out middle for Tarek, and Tarek is probably going to make his way back towards the B-bomb site. That's exactly what he's going to do. So a little bit slow on the draw here from the Cloud9 side as Tarek's going to put himself right back into a prime position to try to get a pick here, and he's going to make it happen. Shazam down and out. Looking for one on the Semphis. Not going to be able to locate that just yet, but they are going to do battle over here, and that's going to allow the rotation. Look at this. FNS actually pushed up through subway. He's going to be able to find that frag, and Semphis, your last man standing. And Tarek still battling it out with him, but he's going to have support here from his teammates very shortly. And he's not going to actually need it, as he is going to be able to take him down. And that's going to do some good for the Counter Logic side, as they're going to be able to pick up that 6th round. In the money situation on the Terrorist side, they will be able to buy here.
Yep. So we'll see at least one more gun round if Cloud9 can't pick this one up. And either way, it's going to be a save for whoever loses this. Look at the money. Everyone's down below 1,000 or thereabout. 2,100 for Shazam. He's the only rich one on the map, and that's hardly rich. That's a burger at McDonald's if he wants one. A McNip, maybe he'll buy, and he does get a shot into Tarek, though, so he's already got one in the round, and that's a good pick because that opens up middle for them, and now they can try and work through this connector. They've already come up the stairwell. They're just waiting to come through, and nothing's already found Hayes, so Cloud9 just absolutely obliterating the defense over on the A site as Shroud takes down Cutler. So it's all Finesse and Peter, and the question is, do they save? They go for it. It looks like the should I stay or should I go now is answered with they're going to go and hide in B.
Yeah, and the only one taking any kind of damage on the Terrorist side of C9 is Semphis, and he only took 2 points of damage. So maybe not a smart idea here for Cloud9 to chase, as they don't have a whole lot of money to work with. Shazam's going to get aggressive here in B halls, and he actually loses the AWP to Peter, which is not the situation that they want to have happen here. They're going to be looking for more. Shroud working his way around through the B halls, trying to flash his way in and look for a pick here onto Peter. Peter going to drop that flashbang. Actually catches out Shroud, but he doesn't go for the repeak, and smartly so. They're going to escape with their rifles and live to fight another day. It is going to be an eco here, a relative eco for the CLG side, as they're going to try to pick up a couple of pistols here probably and try to put those rifles to work, that AWP. Let's see where Peter decides to go with it. Looks like he's going to go over towards the A bomb site. Maybe try to get a quick pick there onto A ramp. And Shazam going to be rebuying that AWP, and it's going to be, well, he is going to go for the peek. And Shazam's going to come under fire here in apartments. He's going to be able to find one. He's picking his shots here well, and he's going to be able to find the second one. Nice awareness from him. Able to get those 2 shots out. That M4 over at the B bomb site's already down and out, and he actually got shot so hard that he flew through the wall and out of the map. So that was a funny glitch. Nice shot from Hayes, though, with that deagle. Shazam going to find a third. That's going to be Peter, and the last man standing going to be Hayes over here in the A-bomb site. Strafing out, and Shazam's going to find the shot. So Shazam now warming up, heating up a little bit, and trying to make things happen for the Cloud9 side. 6-5 is your scoreline as we come into the 12th round.
Well played, Shazam. Some of my favorite highlights from him are the up-close shots. That second one was just the one where I made the noise on. It looked hilarious because the guy was standing there and he took it was like a slow motion move and then shoot. He should have dropped right there. That should have been a pistol kill against Shazam, and gets away with it. Gets the 4K. That's what they need from him. So Shroud lining up for a smoke over toward B, and the execution, it is going to be back to
FNS
full
though.
pistol. Yep, he's coming up the stairs, and he's already found Shroud. I think he anticipated it late, but got caught out for it, and he's still doing battle as he is inside that stairwell. Semphis is running out of ammo in his P250, and luckily does get the kill and get some support from a teammate there in the end, but this is good work right now from Cloud9. Watch out, though, because they're not done. Cutler's pushed up into the corner of the kitchen, or rather inside the apartment. And as soon as he peeks out, oh, the op shot from Semphis. Not an opper, and you can see why right there, just over the left shoulder. And he'll fall back for cover inside the B site. Meanwhile, Peter has managed to pick up and secure an AK-47, but he's only got 2 HP to hold onto it with. He'll try and do so desperately as Cloud9, still up against 3 defenders, have the bomb and are slowly circulating their way back over 4-A execution. Shazam is inside Palace and looking fiercely out toward the jungle. But no wild animals swinging from the trees over there, so he won't find a shot just yet. Peter's going to have to be so careful. One nade back towards CT spawn. We'll get him, and Hayes! One Deagle on top of Semphis. That makes it another! Hayes absolutely massive with this Deagle. I can't believe that gun's that effective, and Cutler makes easy work with the last remaining gun for them. The FAMAS comes out. Hayes, what a shot by him.
Couple of nice shots from him. He missed a couple there onto the Palace player, but he was able to get that re-peek, settle himself down, calm that Deagle, and getting that second one, it was beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous that he got those 2 shots off. And I apologize if we missed any of the action. Sometimes Auto Director is a little bit handicapped. And I try my best to switch the cameras if I can, so if we miss any action, I do truly apologize. But I was able to catch those Deagle shots, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Semphis pushing up here in the B halls is actually, FNS misses his, takes a couple of HP off of Tarek with that missed Molotov. That's going to be okay. It does look like we are going to see that bomb working its way over down towards Subway as they make their way towards middle connector. Once again, Cutler's going to be trying to hold on to this position as he's going to come under fire here from a number of terrorists that are going to be coming around the corner very, very shortly.
Tarek's still back. Oh, Semphis also. No, he did land that smoke. Well thrown. A right click accurately thrown. It's not often I see that. I thought that was going to come up just a little bit short.
I'm getting better with my right click nades. It's all about the wrist action.
Watch out on catwalk, Sean. Yes, he spots him. I wasn't sure he was going to be able to see him through the edge of the smoke as Finesse tried to burrow himself into the bottom of the ramp room. Cutler, though, that's your bomb. He's down at top of the connector, and it's an easy 2K because Shroud was sitting there trying to cover out the other angle. So Peter and Hayes with the double up, each picking one up. Now we've seen a total of, let me just think here, Tarek, Finesse, Hayes, Peter, all using an op. Cutler's the only one who has it.
Absolutely.
Goes to show the dynamic they've got on that team.
Right, you are. And, you know, Hayes not one that you really known as an opper, but he's able to land that shot. Actually, Shazam missed a... I want to say, it's funny because I was talking to Shazam at that land that I casted last weekend, and one of the things that he said is humorous to him is the fact that he'll miss the easy shots with the op, but then he'll hit the ridiculous ones. And that was an easy shot. He came out from A ramp. He had a guy dead to rights at the top side of toll booth and just missed the shot. So
yeah, and sometimes that's just you're so used to reacting that your muscle memory's tense and ready to flick, and you don't have to. And all of a sudden, you just kind of freeze up. You don't move enough, or you overflick. I mean, it happens. It's the same with a goalie in hockey who has a really fast glove hand. A slow shot comes at him. He moves quickly, and all of a sudden, he moves past the puck, and it goes in under his hand. Can happen.
Well, this is all about Tarek right now. They do check it. Shroud's going to be able to take him down, so good job from him. But over here, Finesse, I thought he was going to be able to pick off more than one, but he only gets one. Sean Garrett's going to trade him out as FNS falls. That bomb is going to get planted over here at that B bomb site as the CTs try to go for this retake in a 3-on-4. And right now, Shazam watching it. Peter, nice no-scope. We got right in the eyes of him just as it happened. Hayes still with that AWP. Peeking out, going to be able to locate one here on Catwalk, and now it's a 2 versus 3 as they've basically nullified that. Hayes again, and Cutler! And just like that, we're going to have a 9th round on the board for the CounterLogic Gaming side, and we talked about it in pregame, 9-6 or 10-5, and they're going to be feeling pretty confident going into the next half, and that really hurts the economy here for the Terrorist side, so it's going to be a limited buy going into the final round of this half.
Yep, so 9-5 could be 9-6. That would be perfect for Cloud9. It would be quite a recovery, especially given that they did not win the pistol round. They've done it on gun rounds, and they were down 5 early on. So back and forth, but not back and forth quite enough for the CLG side. So FNS back over toward the apartments. Look at this aggressive toward Palace, though. Shazam's there with the AK. They can't find him early on, but they do turn and get the shot on him as he was behind the pillar. And now Cutler wisely comes back out of the apartment, and he'll head back over. His teammate Tarek has dropped, but nice pop flash through the ladder from Cutler. He knew his teammate was likely going to go down, and he took advantage of that position. Nothing, meanwhile, though, has other plans. He's going to come out with the Galil, swap it over now after getting 2 kills for the AK. Flash himself away and run with that bomb as he is in a 1-on-2, and Finesse is completely aware of the fact that this may happen and very smartly will jump up in middle. He's just going to spot this cross. He just wants to know that nothing is going to come from that position, and nothing with his knife out almost gets caught, but luckily gets to switch back over. Not going to matter. Finesse far too graceful. Far
Big
too much
half.
Finesse.
Big half for
Yep,
CLG.
10-5.
And Finesse actually brought himself right back into that game. He had a slow start when he first came in. Once he picked out that AWP, after those 2 deagle frags that he had to close out that force by eco round that they had, he really stepped his game up. He got a lot of op frags once he got that AWP in hand and really put in work for his squad. So you can see why they were up 10-5 going into the second half here. Cutler's coming up huge for his team. Again, he's the top fragger, or the top ADR for his squad through the season so far. And you can definitely see why, as he's sitting at 17-9 right now. Top fragger in the server. 11 frags for 11 frags for 5 players in the server right now. FNS, Tarek, Shroud, Nothing, and Shazam.
Wait, what time is it? 10:44. It's almost 11:11 my time zone, which is wishing hour. That's right. I think actually Scream said the other day, Sadokist the type of guy to remind your friends it's wishing hour. So, yep, busted.
Well, there you go. Thank you for reminding me of that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. We almost had full 11s. Could you imagine?
Kuda, please no tentacle porn in the chat, please.
Wow. Wow, Kuda.
How dare you?
The pistol round is underway. Cutler's up inside the apartments, just in behind that spam spot, but with pistols, he doesn't have much to fear from that, and he does have the bomb. Tarek and Hayes finally joining him now.
Nice shot from Nothing there.
Yeah, that's going to start it off, and Cloud9's going to try and build on this as they do put an 8 up. Cutler, though, not stopping yet. He's still absolutely menacing Cloud9, and Tarek's going to pop down. That's Shazam. That's your B site open. So now they've just got to hold this site. 4-on-2, 4-on-1 post plant. Look at Tarek. 2 another huge kills with that block, and Peter, perhaps unimpressed with his own aim, makes sure the body is truly dead after it hits the ground.
Little overkill there.
Going to give it 2 pistols now to Counter Logic Gaming. If they don't win this game with 2 pistols, they've got some serious problems they need to address in their gun rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. That first tap from Nothing was a beautiful shot all the way down onto A ramp, onto FNS, I believe it was, that took him out at the very beginning of the round. But that push towards the B bomb site just too strong, and Cutler, that opening frag, just opening up that bomb site, allowing Tarek to drop down and pick off that player that was playing in the backside of the site, as well as push into kitchen and take one down. So great job from Counter Logic, and they're putting themselves into a really good position here if they can pick off these anti-eco rounds. Now Cloud9 going to be invested into this one. You can see about $6,600, about a third of what, a little over a third of what Counter Logic Gaming is invested into this round. So they are basically on a full buy here. You can see Shazam, the only one that didn't pick up armor this round, because he's going to be saving for that AWP in the 4th round. And if the CLG side can execute properly on this round, then they should be looking seriously pretty coming into the first gun round, and they hopefully can sniff out Simphis boosted up here. It's a bit of a stack in the B-bomb site. Simphis going to be able to find one. Sean Garris chimes in. Peter going to be able to take down Simphis in return. And now they got to be careful. Shazam over here in the corner by Van. Oh, they're going for the plant. Shazam going to be able to find that bomb planter. Peter is going to be able to take down Nothing. And now they're going to be able to finally take out Shazam here in just a moment. Actually, they've got both of them distracted onto Shazam, and Shroud's going to come around the corner. It's a 1 versus 1. Peter versus Shroud. And that's a lot of damage being dealt on a Shroud, but one tap to the face with that 5-7 is going to be able to take Peter down in a 1 versus 1. Bomb yet to be planted, 30 seconds on the clock. What do you have for a Shroud? He's going to be able to find one? No. Not going to be able to locate that just yet. That nade, though, good awareness from Peter. Very anticlimactic end of that round.
Well, and the problem was Shroud came in and it looked doable. The team had already done a fantastic job inside the site, caught that bomb planter. That slowed everything down. But he couldn't pick up a gun. All the guns were on the backside of the site where Peter was just lurking, so Shroud had to do it with the 5-7. If he had picked up a gun, he would have been a lot more confident on his peaks, no doubt. And Shroud in that situation, I mean, nuke, MLG, ripped NIP to shreds in a 1-on-3. He can do it. He can dance around a pole all day. I'm going to leave it at that.
Quite the pole dancer indeed. So we will see this eco round again from the Cloud9 side. It's going to be P250s across the board, and the C9 side trying to work their way in. And Cutler with the Tech 9 going to be able to find one, not able to locate the second one. As Shroud's going to take him down. Biding his time underneath the balcony is going to be Simphis. He's going to find two. That reload, but he's going to have a little bit of ladder play, and just like that, Shazam gets Peter, and that's going to leave FNS in a 1 versus 3. He's working his way up connector. He's probably going to get flanked out here by Shazam, who's now going to drop out of that window. FNS didn't hear it, but that nade's going to be raining in some damage onto Shroud. Now coming around the corner, Shazam is going to find it, so the Eco strikes, but is it going to be too late in this matchup? It's 12-6.
Yep, 12-6, that's your standard. So Eco comes out. That does help, though, because look at CLG. They've got no guns. They've got no money. They still only have 12 rounds. It would have been nice to get them up to that 13-5 score that they were hoping for when they won that pistol round.
Yeah.
And
mid-presence, though.
Right, that's the thing here as we see them come out. Shazam's going to get there. They try and come around the corner. They do smoke him off. You can body block that smoke. I know JW does it for Fnatic. The counter to that, though, is that Dignitas now, not the current Dignitas, the old Dignitas, were aware that he did it, and they would actually time the smoke so that as he was body blocking it, they would pop around the corner and shoot him as he was looking to the sky. It was brilliant stuff. And so that's the current team solo mid. As Shazam does find Hayes, that's one shot with the Galil. He's going to get dropped down in behind the boxes. And another one for nothing. Make it two. Catching Peter and Tarek. Shazam going to pop down, close them all off as they try and get things up close and personal coming out from the underpass. I talked about how you can do that now. You can sneak up if you're undetected, but didn't go according to plan. Shroud's going to close it out. Not a single player dropping for Cloud9. Now we'll go back to guns. 12-7. Not out of the woods yet, CLG.
No, absolutely not. And I hope that they don't fall flat on their feet here because they've got themselves a handy lead, and we're going to see if they can continue to capitalize on that. They're going to pick up some Galils this round, an AK-47 for Cutler and the AWP in the hands of Peter, who's been relatively quiet with that op in the first half and looking to get something going in their favor this fifth round of the second half, the 20th round overall. It looks like they're going to be setting up for an A hit here very, very shortly. And this is a pretty good idea because Shazam, over here by window room, he's going to be a little bit late to react, and they're going to probably smoke him off at jungle, so they should be able to get in towards this bomb site without much of an issue. So we're just going to wait for those TikToks to come off the clock and see what kind of a push they have. Tarek with that Galil over there in Palace, going to be looking for a frag onto one of these guys in this site. Here comes the smokes and the flashes over top. Actually, nothing's going to be able to spray through. He finds Cutler, and that's the top fragger down. Underneath the balcony is going to be Shroud. He finds one, finds a second one, and this is a great hold for the C9 side. Tarek's going to be able to locate another one, but nothing chimes in with a headshot onto Tarek, leaving Peter the last man standing, AWP in hand, and nothing. If he hightails it, going to be able to pick up that up. Maybe that's going to be Shazam. Yes, Shazam actually going to be able to salvage that one. It was a foot race.
You look at frag distribution, and when you quickly press tab, you assume that CLG is looking better overall, and obviously they're in the lead. They're all into the double digits, whereas Simphis and Sean Gear's really not up there yet. But you've got 16, 16, and 17. Those three are higher than the top three on CLG. Obviously, Cutler's at 20, but add it all up, and it works out to roughly the same, and they're behind. That tells me Cloud9 is outperforming right now in terms of frags. They've also got CLG back on a pistol. If they don't start collecting gun rounds right now on CLG's side soon, this is going to be over very quickly. Peter, though, does overwhelm the site. That's Sean Gears down. Shazam, AWP already inside market. And he's fired away and got one. Simphis going to contribute into Cutler. Bomb at least goes down. This gives them a little bit more money, and they will pick up another one. So $300 for Peter killing out Simphis that time. And he may just yet wreak more havoc. They try and do something more, but he's only got 1 HP, and he's got a gun picked up. The question is, what does he do with it? Because, yeah, okay, he is going to get away. Just luckily gets away.
Yeah, smart to save it in that situation. No reason losing that AK. That's economy that they don't need to burn the next round. So it is going to be 9-12. That lead that Counter Logic Gaming had, it was up to 6 at one point, or 7 at one point, pardon me, and it's slowly dwindling away. They've only got 3 rounds to the good right now, and there it is. Sean Garris, auto sniper. I called it at the beginning.
Yep. I'm not at all surprised. He does it on Nuke at ramp. He'll grab it. Oh, he's gonna go underpass. Oh, pardon me, that's Simphis. I can't read. He's at B. He's on catwalk. The overlay, so confusing. Finesse gonna get the first on Simphis though, so luckily that wasn't him in the underpass.
All right, so we are going to see a little bit of well, they're going to slow it down here on the terrace side. They're taking over that mid control, and rightfully so. Nothing is going to work his way over there into middle. In the window room, he's going to get blinded off. That Molotov holding him back just a little while longer, but they're going to be able to work their way up now. Some good counter flashes. Peeking out on Catwalk. Peter's going to be able to find one. He's looking for nothing over there in window room. Flashes are going to rain in, and they aren't going to be able to peek out just yet. Through the smoke, though. There they go. Cutler and Hayes going to combine simultaneously. Finally, nothing's able to get one. Gets a second one. Looking for the rest. He's going to have to ace it. And somehow manages to get out of the window room. He's going to work his way back into window room. That's Hayes right around the corner. That nade's going to be off the mark. Peeking out in the middle. He's going to find a third. Could he do this? No. Hayes is finally going to be able to find that frag. He survives with only 24 HP, so a great effort from nothing, but he is going to fall short. That's going to be the 13th round on the board as we come into the 8th round of the second half for Counter Logic Gaming.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. They need to get these rounds early because they're only going to come in increments. I don't see them the way that they're playing right now. That round looked good, but I don't see them completely annihilating Cloud9's defense. I see Cloud9 actually making the occasional slip-up that's going to cost more. So they need to get every round they can possibly hope to get. Anything that's close, they've got to win. They haven't yet broken the economy for Cloud9. They've still got a good amount, actually. 4,800 left for Shazam and 4,000 for nothing after the bye. As Shazam is in mid, going to try and spot out anyone who dares come around the corner. Hayes, though, look at this smoke execution coming in, and oh, Shroud's up close. He spots them when they drop, but he can't do anything more. That's going to give away the fact that he has to be up close when they come around the corner. And there it is, a Molotov from Tarek going to go down onto him, but Shazam's already there to help out his teammate. He's found one. Hayes gets through the smokes, though. They're using them beautifully, and he's already taken down nothing, so CLG even it up, and they're inside the site, but not secured just yet as Sean Garris will find one more. Hayes trading, and there it is. The S's of Cloud9, Shroud with 2, Shazam with 1. Nothing needs to change his name to something. That joke's been around forever, but it really needs to happen. They'll get the defuse. More money for Counter Logic Gaming, but not more rounds on the board, and that's all they want right now.
Well, the interesting part about that was the survival of Shroud. That was the key to that round right there. He was under balcony the entire round. He got smoked off. He got mollied out. He held his ground under there and then played the ninja play. He stayed underneath of there, didn't pop any shots. They thought that, hey, since we mollied under there, nobody popped out, so it's got to be clear. He just stayed right underneath there. He might have dropped his own smoke into that Molotov to extinguish it and then held his ground, waited for that smoke to clear, was able to pick up 2 big frags at the end of the round as Shazam picked up 2, and they closed out the round. So we are going to see an eco round here from the terrorist side. Well, they're kind of invested here as Hayes got head armor and an AK. He did have a little extra money in the bank, so they're just kind of equalizing the money this round, and it looks like they're going to go for some smokes over the top. There's a Molotov onto the A ramp, and that's actually going to do a little bit of damage to Peter over there. Here's the counter flashes out. Shroud over there by the triple box is going to be looking for one. Not going to be able to find it just yet. There's the AWP from Shazam. Going to be able to find one. That's Cutler. Nothing going to find one. And nothing going to find the second one. Hayes going to be your last man standing. Picks up a double before Simphis finally trades him out. And now we're within 2 rounds as Cloud9 picks up their 11th.
Yep. It's getting tense. As soon as this tilts the other way, as soon as Cloud9 get a lead, I don't think that it'll be recovered from Counter Logic. I think they have to stay ahead on this T side. So
I'm inclined to agree with you, buddy.
Enough. And you could nail that 16-13 scoreline if that's the case.
Oh, see, now you jinxed it.
I think it's going to be 16-4. You're right.
You just cast or cursed me that you're killing me, man.
I couldn't
you're
give
killing
you
me.
satisfaction. Why would I do that? That would be too much.
I don't get no satisfaction. Rude.
I was singing with you. I just didn't choose to press the mic button because I'm a horrible singer. So they are going to come up from middle. They've got 2 coming up underpass. That's Finesse and Hayes. As Cutler and Peter are going to come up from your standard entrance. Cutler already on the catwalk. Peter's inside the cubby. And around the corner, Cutler goes into the sights of Sean Garris. He gets the first. Peter responds instantly, though, as he was waiting and lurking with that angle. He's also holding the bomb as they try and get it over in toward A. And actually, they'd have entrance there. Shroud's going to catch out Peter, but Simphis is all that's left over here on the A side. So CLG could easily, if they could fall back. The problem is that Shroud's found a way to get up in behind them with this smoke, and he has that bomb down. They have to contend with him before all else. And Finesse does so, but so much information given. And watch out, because Shazam's in the window. He's not done. He's found a way back in there, and he'll get hazed on the cross. So down to 2-on-2. They've got the bomb. The defense have to spread out because they could go anywhere from their current location in T-spawn, but they're working back over toward A, where Simphis will be the man they first encounter, and he's inside Palace, and they're actually splitting A-ramp and Palace, and he's going to catch off that Finesse. Now he's in the backside with cover. Tarek has a lot of work to do, as he is going to get pressured from Shazam over from jungle, and he's still got Semphis to deal with. He will smoke it out. He will try and find himself a little bit of time. He's playing his angle beautifully. He'll hear him jump down. He can't turn and get the shot, though. And Cloud9 get one more.
Even if he would have killed Semphis there, Shazam was right around the corner on triple to get that frag. So there it is, 13-12 now as C9 still rolling on this half. That's 3 in a row that they've won. Maybe 4 in a row once it updates here. Nope, 3 in a row. Okay, so we are going into the 11th round of the second half. This is going to be your 26th round overall. And it's down to a 1-round difference between the two teams. So 13 for CounterLogic Gaming, 12 for Cloud9 as we watch this one come out. Nothing stepping it up with Shazam. Shazam, we talked about, he started off like 0-5 or 0-6. He's 22-15 top fragging in the server along with Nothing. 21-18 for Cutler right now. And the remainder of the CLG side actually fragging together between 16-15. And we are going to see an eco round coming out from the terrorist side, so we should be looking at a 13-13 scoreline very, very shortly as this round unravels in front of our eyes. They are going to go for that push towards the A ramp, and Hayes again with the Desert Eagle. That's the 4th 1-dig that he's hit so far in this matchup. That's a good smoke. Going to be able to cordon off that area and get that bomb planted, so that's money in the bank for them for the next round. It is all tied up here. Well, pardon me. It was tied up with the numbers. Hayes going to be able to 1-dig another one before his teammates go down. Cutler over here with the Desert Eagle going to get found by Shazam as Semphis and Sean Garris chime in with a couple of themselves, and that's all tied up now 13-13.
Yep. And this is exactly what I was talking about. As soon as Cloud9 inched their way back into the lead, what is Semphis doing?
Hi, Ashley.
You are a questionable soul sometimes, Semphis. Shooting into the crater left by a grenade. I don't know if he was studying its trajectory. I highly doubt it. So 13-13, as I was saying,
when it goes over here and explodes, it's going to leave a blast radius of this amount, and yes, it's going to leave a little bit of an explosion over there, and that's exactly the way that it's going to land.
Well, we're back to guns, and as I was saying, if Cloud9 manages to get the lead, I'm not sure CounterLogic has the strategy to get it back. They've only got 3 rounds in this half, as opposed to the 8 that Cloud9 have, so significantly lopsided. Smoke's going to go out. They'll re-smoke off Palace. Tarek is waiting in there, trying to find a way over, but... And that's right. That's going to give away information. Semphis and Sean Gare's already pushed up, and now they're trying to come in from A. Look at Hayes already taken down to 12 HP as they try and come in. They actually, look at this. They are doing the Kaboom smokes, the Navi smokes. They've got the 3 off on the A site, but they're still getting spammed away through this connector. They've smoked that off beautifully as well. So they've taken a page out of that book of Kaboom, and they have the man advantage. This is execution that we'd like to see. This is execution that killed Cloud9 when they played against Kaboom. So why didn't they use it sooner? Did they want to save it for this moment? I'm not sure now that things are close, but a beautiful take onto A, and they'll play it all off. 3 on the one side. They're going to stack it. This could catch them out entirely. Peter's going to get the first. That's Shazam. Semphis goes back. Sean Gare's, and they've actually collected 2 of them. Sean Gare's doing massive work at Dole on FNS. He's got to kill them all. That bomb's still ticking, and Sean does get the kill. No, he does not. My apologies. I thought the obituary came up. I read it backwards. So FNS stays alive. Either way, I don't think he had time for the defuse, and that is CounterLogic taking a direct play from Kaboom.
I love it. I love seeing that come out. That was a great strat that they ran right there, and it worked to a T. They had a couple of trades there. They were able to flush out Shroud and push him up into Palace, and he ran right into a member up there. I believe that was actually FNS up there in the halls that was able to take him down. So that gave them that opening to go into that A-bomb site. There was a couple of trades as you saw some aggression coming out towards the jungle side from the CTs, or pardon me, from the terrorist side. I believe that was Tarek that went down to the hands of, I believe it was Semphis in jungle. And here you go, Shazam, aggressive here in mid. Peter waiting for it. Who's going to get the shot off? He's got it lined up. Oh, Peter does hit him, tags him. Takes him down to only a handful of HP left, 17 to be exact. But Peter is going to fall. So that's the advantage that Cloud9, C9, CLG, too many S's and C's in this matchup. We got Cutler, C9, Cloud, CounterLogic Gaming, and then you got all the S's in the
I'm already
server.
confused. Stop.
I have no idea what's
You're
going on
hurting my
anymore.
head.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm really sorry. But it does look like it is going to be a B execution here from the terrorist side. The number 9 man going to be lurking. That's Tarek over there in the Palace. As, well, they throw the smoke over the top, and then they're going to drop down into underpass and maybe try to get a pinch here in connector as that rotation is already on from 2 members to C9. They're buying the fake. They're going to make their way up. They're going to be able to clutch Shroud out. This is a great strategy. That Molotov goes down. Nothing's going to fall. And they've yielded the A bomb site. Beautiful play there from the CLG side. Look at this smoke on CT spawn. And Shazam falls, trying to get cheeky over there by the ticket booth. Tarek's going to be able to find him with that AK-47 while he was lurking out in the apartments. And this is going to be a 2 versus 4. 2 members of the terrorist side of CLG are going to be extremely low. But at this point, I think C9 just needs to fall back and hang on to their weapons because they're going to be forced to save this next round. And we're looking at the 15th round on the board. Sean Garrett's going to be able to put that off to work. Finds the frag onto Hayes, but his teammate already in the top side of mid. That's going to be Simphis yielding this round. And coming around the corner is going to be FNS looking for the pick. Switches too quickly. Sean Garrett's going to chime in with another one. Simphis takes down FNS. But that's all they're going to get this round, as the last member is going to be all the way in CT spawn. That's Tarek. And that is going to be 15-13 now. So maybe that Na'Vi smoke round was the turning point. They pulled all the rabbits out of the hat and made it work. And now they're looking at match points. So great job from CLG.
Yeah, that was beautiful. And like I say, they didn't use it earlier on at all. Perhaps they thought they could just, continue the, resume. I'm trying to think how to best phrase this. Perhaps they thought
you're
they had
hurting my head.
I know. I'm sorry. That's fair. I think they thought they had enough of a cushion that they could just play it out and not reveal too much. Keep in mind, both these teams are heading overseas very soon, so giving away too much isn't something they want to do. I'm surprised to see them actually play that strategy, but CLG desperately need to turn this ESEA season around, so it doesn't surprise me that we didn't see it sooner, but if it could have worked, maybe they should have. And I'm sure that they're kicking themselves for having to use it. If anyone from Poland is watching, or anyone going to Poland is watching, they're going to know they have that in their bag of tricks now. So, I mean, that's one thing to note. Both these teams are heading overseas. How much do they want to give away to their opponent? But back to pistols for just Shroud. The rest of them all on rifles on the C9 side. Shroud's going to say, I've only got a pistol. I want to get information. He's going to get more than that. He's going to take down Tarek with the 5.7. That's your bomb carrier, but not like it matters. They're all swarming that bomb. He also gets good damage into PTR, so Shroud doing a heck of a job. Actually, pardon me, it was nothing. I thought it was Shroud when he fell back that got the shot into PTR. It was nothing who did so from Sandwich. But they've naded him down to 2 HP, and CLG want to close this game out. They're a man down, but now they even it up. Nice nade by Cutler. He's a Frisbee player throwing the flick right there. Shazam's waiting in the backside of the site, though. Sean Gears already finds Peter. Shazam pops out. That's Cutler down, and Shroud's still underneath the balcony. He's going to find Hayes. It's coming unglued at the seams right now, and Cloud9 make quick work of CLG as they hesitantly walk into a stack at the A site. Their rotations came around so quickly. It was effectively a stack by the time they got inside.
Yeah, absolutely. So great round there from Cloud9, and that's really hurt the economy here for the terror side of CLG. They basically have to win an eco round in order to win this one. So a 15-14 scoreline, and we could see OT in our very first matchup of the evening, and that would be really, really, really exciting.
Tell me more.
Girl, let me tell you something real quick, all right? I want to see some OT.
All right, you need to get on a late-night hotline. I'm going to call you later.
It's only $7.95 for 1 sexy minute.
Well, are we going to overtime? It's highly likely. No guns out right now for Counter Logic Gaming other than 3 Tech 9s, a P250, and that mere 1 AK, which is in the hands of Cutler, and he is performing well tonight. 24 kills for him, but he's been surpassed now by Shazam, who leads the way on 26.
That nade, though.
Go out. That's going to... Oh, doesn't actually catch him. And Hayes has gotten inside window. He's going to pick up the AWP. Oh, not able to connect. Nothing. That would have completely put the round on its head and pretty much put the icing on the cake for CLG. But luckily, nothing gets a response kill. That's going to put them down to just one man behind. And Sean Gears evens it up immediately as he takes down Peter with a headshot as they try and get inside B. Tarek with only 1 HP is going to fall back up. FNS did peek out for a moment, took a shot, realized that there was potentially 2 players there, so now they'll readdress things and try and fall back toward mid. Cutler is inside that window room. If he pops up in the ladder and nothing were to come through, he would catch him out, but nothing's wise. He's not going to do it. He's actually expecting the opposite. He's expecting for Cutler to come across, and it would be an easy kill for him back by the flower pot. And Sean Gears is smart, pushing up Catwalk. That's going to absolutely funnel them back toward A. This gives away everything. There's no games to be played. Overtime on the card right now, and Sean Gears going to get a hat trick to make it absolutely confirmed. 15-15. What a match so far. CLG so close, yet so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to see overtime in our first matchup. And remember, we've got Elevate and Cloud9 coming up next. So it's going to be indicative on when this matchup finishes that we start the next one. So this is going to be a fantastic... This is the way I want to start my night. I want to start my night. This is great. I'm really happy, Sadakist.
I mean, this is awesome. This is exactly what I want to see.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
CLG, Cloud9, two top organizations playing very close matches. CLG shouldn't be gifted wins. They shouldn't get the unfortunate performance from Cloud9. Right now, they have to earn it. They've got to come back in this season. 5-5. They really desperately need this win, and they're playing like they want it. They made a few mistakes, one eco round that cost them the third round of the second half. If they had won that gun round when they should have, or statistically speaking should have, we might not be here right now in overtime. They might have already closed it. So that's the nature of the beast.
And here's an interesting thing to point out. I think most of Hayes' kills so far in this matchup have been with the pistols.
Yeah, Deagles.
He's hit 4-1 digs, and then he hit those 2 Tech 9 frags in that last one.
Keep in mind, Hayes is the guy that was, I think it was a scrim. Oh, no, sorry, that was Hades. I lied. I take it back. I'm not even going to finish what I was saying because it was Hades, not Hayes.
Are you talking about the 1v5 pistol ace?
1v5, which was actually a 4K for the opposing side and then a 1v5 ace in return, so it was 9 kills by 2 players over 1 round.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
Yep.
The best would be... this would be funny. A player, all right, they get into a bomb site, they plant the bomb. One player kills 4 members of the CT side. The other player kills all 5 of them, but that last player drops a Molotov on the bomb, and the guy dies to the Molotov, so you have both teams getting an ace.
Oh, that's actually like the only scenario that could work.
Yeah.
Or a decoy that blows up and kills you like a
or like a late nade or whatever, you get killed by him, and then you kill him with the nade at the very end, and both of you get the ace. Yeah. That would be nuts. But we're not here to talk about pure speculation.
That's like your royal flush in poker.
Something like that, yeah. It's like a unicorn.
I have one of those. They're not that rare.
Okay. So 15-15 is going to be your scoreline. We are coming into the second half, and Peter's going to start things off with a nice alt pick on a Shazam who was getting a little too aggressive for his own good. A little bit of spam coming through the B halls, and that's going to chip away a little bit of health off of Cutler. And that's a pretty solid return on investment from the CT side as they're able to get that little bit of damage, and nothing's actually going to drop down here into the underpass. Hayes is watching it, and actually he turns his gaze at the last second. He's going to come peeking around the corner again, and he does find nothing. So this is a great start here for the CLG side. They're going to try to sell this fake at the A bomb site, and the number 5 man is biting on it. They're hesitating with that bomb in that B halls, and this is going to be Sean Garris. No, they're going to actually drop down to underpass and maybe make this bid towards connector. The number 5 man is going to be Simphis. He's going to be able to gather a lot of information. Here comes the flashes up into the window room, and they're going to make their run towards the connector. He's going to chase Peter around the corner. He's going to fall. Tarek is going to find Shroud in the meantime, and Hayes is going to be able to take down Simphis. That's a big double for him on the round in this first round. Surely going to go the way of Counter Logic Gaming, as the last man on the playing field for the CT side is going to be Sean Garris, making his way downtown towards the connector area. He's going to get spotted out and chipped down and finally taken out by Cutler. So 2K for him on the round, or actually, pardon me, a 1K for him on the round, as FNS the only one that failed to get a frag. 16-15, and Counter Logic Gaming coming out swinging in overtime.
Yeah, swinging on the T side, too. I mean, keep in mind, you're not going to get pistol round, steamroll, and T. It's $10,000 you're starting with guns. A lot of times in overtimes, for that reason, they go CT-sided. So getting that 1 T round early is actually quite good for them. Then again, it is Mirage. It's highly possible they'll see the same in response, but it's a great start. Smoke's coming out from nothing. That's going to close off on Palace. Tarek is in there just coming around the corner.
And a thing to note real fast is look at the money situation. If C9 lose this round, they're going to be in real bad shape going into the third round of this half. Really bad shape.
Shazam forced out a window by those smokes, and they are trying to boost up in the form of Peter. They're failing miserably at the jump, though. Has to be said. As Cutler will hold off on connector just to make sure they don't get pushed in response, as nothing is waiting up on top of that electrical box. And look out inside ladder, because Semphis is there, and if this smoke disappears or dissolves too soon... Oh, they've just boosted for a peek. They haven't boosted for the window. Peter's actually just looking to the backside, so they'll be safe. They could almost shake hands through the wall, but they won't do it just yet. They're going to molly it off, keep someone out a window, and go back through the underpass. That should be, in the ears of Semphis, a dead giveaway that this should be over toward B, but he's stuck inside the ladder because Cutler's coming around the corner, and he could quickly collect him. Hayes is still inside the connector as well. Nothing pops out. Had no idea he was there. Semphis, meanwhile, though, did get the best of Cutler, so that evens up. Tarek, the lurk player at A, is going to find Shroud. One less rotator. Much harder job on the retake now, as Vanessa will also collect Semphis. So Cloud9 looking to drop 2 on the CT side in overtime. They are still over at A as the bomb has made its way back that direction. on Tarek's pick, and Sean Gare's got a kill on the bomb carrier. That could have turned things back around, but it's not going to happen. Then Hayes is waiting for the kill inside the smoke. Shazam with nothing in response. 2 straight T rounds for Counter Logic Gaming, 17-15, and watch out because Cloud9 has invested a lot into this overtime, so they won't have any money left to play with.
None whatsoever, and we are going to see them pick up the pistols this round, and they're going to have very limited nades and not a whole lot of armor to work with. Shroud's going to go for the scout buy as well. And no head armor on Shroud, not a big deal as it's AKs across the board with a AWP in the hands of PTR. Too many acronyms to worry about right now, but they're going to go for a quick push here into Palace, and this is going to put Peter in a really good position here to pick up one. Looking for another one that's going to be nothing right around the corner as Shazam goes down, and this could put them in a good position here. Nothing goes down to the hands of Cutler, getting aggressive there in Palace, and they're just going to go ahead and barrel out into this A-bomb site, and this is the play. Simphus over there is going to be able to find one. FNS takes him down with the AK-47. Now we've got Shroud over here by the toll booth. And Sean Garris, the spray down from Tarek's going to be able to find him. And that nade's going to finish him off. So a flawless half for the CLG side. All they need is one as we are on match point.
Very well played. Very well played by Counter Logic. That was a much better T-half than we saw in regulations.
Well, I mean, they only got 5 rounds in regulation. They pick up 3 in overtime. That's about as good as it can be. Yeah, that's about as good as it can be.
They never strung rounds together on the T side in regulation. So the most they strung together in succession was 2. So you've outdone yourselves, CLG. I'm proud of you. Now it's Cloud9's turn to see if Cloud9 really is a dream, because they've got to win 3 in response to keep this match going any longer. And CLG's going to put Peter directly inside of the connector with that AWP, just playing that quicker angle. Sean Gears, though, not going to be peeking all the way back in middle, just waiting things out as the rest of his team fans out across the map. Bomb still down in T-spawn, just to be sure that they don't have that too far away from either site once they get this pick that they are playing for. Peter's going to smoke off the Palace. That'll cover out Shazam's angle, who is looking toward jungle. Hayes will take that opportunity to push up a little bit more aggressively and spam out toward the ramp as Peter rotates around. He's found his home back on CT side, so they're anticipating A, and they are anticipating correctly because Finesse is already rotating and Cloud9 are setting up. Here comes the smokes, here comes the flashes. Hayes with the first one. That's Sean Gares down. He's going to pop out, he's going to do it again. He's got Shroud, 2 for him, and it's all falling apart. Finally, Simphus gets 1 more, but here comes Hayes up the ladder. He's already got 1 in that team flash. Oh, nothing! Through the smoke, still collects him.